All right, 1v1 Arabia. Mayans v Mayans here. Nicov v BacT. Games from just a little bit earlier today. Okay, right off the bat, we will see Nicov and BacT go loom. Nicov will be just a moment slower. Looks like my dashboard's a little bit behind, but we'll see Nicov get loom there. He's going to identify it just a little bit more slowly. Suggests to me that these guys are probably playing Team Random Civ in this case. They were not anticipating Mayans by the looks of it. Nicov coming in at 2450, BacT coming in at 2300. This is the first game of this set, so we will see who gets the first shot in. It is a set of 4. Okay, Nicov coming in green here at 2450 is going to have a crater TC around the back part of the TC, but the front is not cratered, so that's good for him. His gold will be on the front, his stone will be on the front. A little bit of a tricky map to defend, at least by my approximation, but let's see. He'll also have back stone and a little bit of back gold. You have big fans here, says BacT. There you go. BacT letting Nicov know that his stream, I'm sure BacT must have been streaming this, that they are a big fan of Nicov. Okay, BacT may be using a little distraction tactics to get Nicov off his guard. We'll see how BacT's map looks. Front gold, front stone, front gold. Oh, sweet Jesus. You know, BacT can wall this. If he gets time, he could wall himself in. I expect to see, I shouldn't say that, but it's very possible that both sides will decide to go with early aggression in the form of a drush. If that is the case, then BacT could maybe wall in before his opponent gets to him. This is very wallable. He'll have to wall the pond, but these resources on the front, if he doesn't find a way to wall them early, are just going to be so vulnerable. Downhill gold here, very ugly. Downhill stone. This gold is also downhill. Man, a couple archers camped out here or a tower just would be absolutely back-breaking from Nicov. I don't think I've seen Nicov tower in that many games, but this map is going to really, really tempt him to do so, I would guess. But hey, why would I guess? He's the pro. Let's just watch what he does. Okay, so looks like, hey Lou, by the way, looks like we'll see the boar on the back here for Nicov get pulled in. BacT was close to being able to maybe steal it, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to. Nicov will find his own sheep on this side if he's careful. Yeah, he's going to find a third, and the fourth sheep is way over here in the corner. This boar needs. It requires a lot of work. That is a very long-distance boar lure, but he'll be fine. Okay, looks like for now we will just work our way through the Dark Age. 12 vills each. Villager coming over to drop a house on the wood line here for Nicov. He's going to continue to work his way up. Neither player stole anything with that early aggression. It is a dead heat here early on. Both players getting loom immediately because, well, that's what you do. That's what you do with Mayans. Okay, Villagers going over to the berries there for BacT. For the time being, I actually don't see the berries. Okay, berries here for Nicov are not being bothered just yet. Houses coming up for the green player. There is a nice deer patch here on the front, which we may see Nicov start to push. Nikov's going to send a vill all the way around and drop a palisade on that pond. That is very early to be walling something that's that far away from your TC. I'm interested in that quite a lot. I wonder if this is going to be, I wonder if that tips our cap toward his build at all. That's a really interesting palisade early on. I don't know why I'm so excited about one palisade, but you know, usually you see like some walls coming up very close to the resources early in the game. He's already thinking about this. Oh, that's because his boar's up there. Duh. Duh, Killer Bee. Love that play, though. Think about that play. Walks past the boar, drops the palisade. He's going to eventually lure this boar in. It's going to be a long-distance lure, but he'll be fine. Already loomed up. His eagle is pushing deer for the time being. I think he accidentally kind of mispushed that deer and maybe gave up. I think Nicov is kind of giving up on those deer for now. Alrighty then, we will wait and see as this one moves forward. Fog of War suggests that Nicov hasn't gone forward just yet. Also suggests that he's going to be walling quite a bit on his side with palisades. BacT on the other side has come forward. He has gotten a pretty good idea of what his opponent's up to. Villager coming forward to grab the 10 gold. Second boar being lured in. Looks to me like BacT will be drushing in this game. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, BacT is out there dropping his barracks on the side. I was wondering why he was taking 10 gold with 2 different vills. BacT will get the barracks up over there, and maybe he's thinking about building a bit of a wall here. I think he needs to wall up that side. If he had a little more, if he knew what we know, he might think about walling it here and here, but that's pretty aggressive. That's pretty far out away from the TC. Okay, Eagle v Eagle fight on the side. Looks like pretty much equal fight there, but Nikov's Eagle will be one hit stronger than BacT, so BacT will run off from that. Okay, BacT is continuing to work his way up, still has not walled in this pawn. Keep that in mind, could be annoying for him later in the game. Barracks is up, Militia's starting to come out for the orange player BacT. Okay, Nicov will not be clicking up yet. His barracks will come down relatively soon. He's on 21 vils right now. He has not taken the extra 10 gold. I don't think he's going to go with militia here early on. I don't know. This vil could grab 10 gold on her way home if he wants to, but he's so close to being able to click up here. I wonder if this will be a 23 up for Nicov. Okay, still walling in his side right now with Palisades, slowly walling in this side as well is Nicov, and he's going to be relatively safe. He's going to identify the initial part of the drush here from BacT, and he will know exactly what's coming forward. So I'm sure he saw that militia, so I'm sure he'll be ready for this. Okay, Feudal Age coming for Nicov. 2 villagers going over to gold for the time being. 2 vils on gold suggests men-at-arms, but he could send a third over there as well and go with ranges if he wants. Yeah, I don't think he's very drushable. I don't think he has to go with men-at-arms, but if he wants to, he is the pro, not me. Yeah, third vil. No, she was coming over to gold, and now she's going over to the berries. Very interesting. Okay, we will see militia and men-at-arms here from Nicov. Well, maybe men-at-arms. I shouldn't assume that quite yet, but we'll see. We will see what BacT sends across the map first. BacT is going to keep 1 militia on his side. Okay, 3 militia now from BacT. Feudal Age coming in for him as well. He'll be just a tad bit behind Nicov. Camping on top of this hill in defense for the time being is BacT. Okay, so BacT is going to not come forward. He's going to not stand toe-to-toe with Nicov. Both players build 3 militia. We might see men-at-arms from Nicov here. I don't think it's a great choice, but he might do it. I think he would do really well with archers, but who cares what I think. 3 vils going over to gold from BacT. I think that he is going to go archers, and he should be in good shape. Weird. A little bit of, like, bumpiness there in the game for just a moment. Little bit of bumpiness here. Okay, so far, so good. 1v1 Mayans War. I think we all, well, I shouldn't say we all agree. I think that Nikov's got a better map in this case. But BacT here is not, he's not going to just sit down and not fight this. He is starting to build up a wall of his own. He still hasn't really protected any gold piles, but he's going to find a way, I hope, for his sake, to at least keep this one main gold pile safe. Drush v Drush on the side seems to be, yeah, kind of a bit of flirtation between the 2 players for the time being. Man-at-Arms is coming for Nicov right as he finds his opponent's Drush. So Nicov will have the stronger Drush there. Men-at-Arms with 45 HP, 6 damage versus 40 HP and 4 damage from the militia of BacT. BacT's going to drop an archery range as we speak. I'm assuming that we will see that from both players. I'm thinking double ranges is going to be, yeah, double ranges already for Nicov. So BacT a little bit slower to go double ranges than his opponent. He's got an extra militia, maybe 2 extra militia somewhere. Nope, just 1. It looks like BacT will go men-at-arms as well, and he will push Nicov back to his side of the map. Second archery range coming down for BacT as we speak. Just 5 vils on gold right now for the orange player. So BacT's going to build archers for the time being. He probably knows exactly how to position this correctly so that he can build double range archers for the rest of the Feudal Age if he wants to. These guys are standing toe-to-toe as Mayans with men-at-arms. Both players built 3 or 4 of those, and they are going to follow that up with archers. Not too away from the meta. The men-at-arms is interesting. I'm surprised that Nicov went men-at-arms, but it made Degao do the same thing. So I guess in that way, he really did bait his opponent into using up those resources. He's pushing Nicov back. Indeed, right now, BacT is going to push Nicov away. Nicov will poke and prod at a different area. He's going to find that there is a makeshift wall being built up across the side. Still a hold there from BacT, though, so he's got to be careful. BacT is going to have a couple of archers. He should have the hill advantage. I think he'll be okay here. It looks like Nicov will try to scale that hill. No, he's going to retreat. Good, good, good. Okay, so Nicov right now is on 9 military units. BacT is on 8. Blacksmith coming down for the green player. Resources are pretty much all spent for Nicov. BacT is maybe a little bit ahead of Nicov on resources, but he does have to drop a defensive watchtower to keep his gold safe. Tower's halfway up the hill, but it's not all the way up the hill. Keep that in mind. That could be a little bit annoying for BacT in the long run. BacT still hasn't walled in this flank at all, but he's kept Nikov's army so busy that I guess it doesn't matter for the time being. Men-at-arms and archers on both sides. Seems like Nicov has a couple more units in the fray at the moment. Men-at-arms from Nicov will get targeted down pretty quick. Looks like the archer battle will probably go to Nicov, though. He's going to cling to a hill. He's got 6-7 archers there. This is not going to go too well for BacT. BacT's going to push back from this for the time being and head toward somewhere else on Nikov's base, but he's going to find that the green player here is all walled in. Nikov's all walled in. He's spending his resources as fast as he can get it. He's probably got the +1. I wasn't watching. Yep, +1 damage on his archers. BacT probably has the same thing. Ooh, BacT's going to turn around and take this fight. This is a really bad fight for BacT. May have been looking away just for a moment. He loses 1 man-at-arms and half of an archer for free. +1 damage on BacT's archer as well. Nicov getting horse collar here a little bit later than what I'm used to, but that's what... I guess that's part of the plan for him. Right now he is just getting that research in. Quite a few farms down already. Okay, green player will push BacT back, as Hightower was just saying. BacT's going to regroup on top of this hill, though, and he's going to be just fine. This hill is BacT's staging area that he's going to hold Nicov off from, but you know what? Nicov is pretty damn safe at home. He's totally walled in on his side of the map. Nicov, if he knew what we know, he could walk around this side with maybe 4 archers, carve a couple of archers off from his army. But you know what? Fog of War is real, man. Can't expect these guys to know everything that's going on. Nicov did come forward. He did find some of this area, but mostly he's just focused on fighting that big army from BacT for now. So BacT's army is split Nicov in half for the time being. He's going to have more archers out on the field. Wheelbarrow coming for BacT as we speak. Nicov will go padded archer. He's got +1 and will soon be +1. Okay, Nicov needs to regroup his archers. He's hiding in the fog of war for the time being. BacT's going to lame his deer. He's going to try to lame his deer. No, what was he doing there? Those arrows all missed that deer. Oh dear. Okay, green player is starting to regroup on top of this hill. BacT needs to make sure that he doesn't take the bait. This would be a really bad fight for him. Nicov hanging on the hill, running some archers and using some others, man. Nice little micro there from Nicov, but BacT runs from it just in time. Wheelbarrow coming in for Nicov. It is a dead heat villager-wise. It looks like he's a couple ahead, but those are wheelbarrow vills. Town Watch is coming in for BacT as we speak. Resources right now look like BacT can click up pretty quickly here. He's got the bigger military, and it looks like he can click up before his opponent. Kudos to BacT here. Not exactly sure how he pulled that off. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 12 farms for BacT on his side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Nikov's got more farms, maybe sensing that he's a little bit behind on food. Nicov might have been a little behind on food and built a couple extra farms to compensate. I'm not sure. But BacT will have the food, and he will click up at 19.5 minutes. Nicov is not very close to having the food. Man, oh man, how did Nicov fall so far behind here as far as Castle Age click-up time? I'm a little confused by that. He's got the smaller military, and he's going to click up second. Guess he has the +1 defense. He spent a little bit of resource upgrading his archers. I think that's a smart move. A couple skirms coming out now for the green player. He's going to be clicking up maybe in another minute or so. He's not that far behind. In the meantime, BacT is going to probably go back and regroup and wait for a crossbow to come in. BacT's going to have about 21 crossbows on the field here very shortly. BacT's in a pretty good position to maybe do some damage here. Definitely in a good position to do damage. Put some pressure on some vills, but still not in a great position to win. I would say that his resources, especially his golds, are just really, really tricky. He's still not walled in on the backside. Eventually, this is going to come back to bite him, but right now, he's keeping the pressure on his opponent. Padded archer armor coming in for BacT. Nicov clicks to the Castle Age, and we will see a full minute and a half of BacT pretty much having free range with his crossbows. You've heard of free-range chickens and free-range eggs. Well, you're going to see some free-range crossbows. These crossbowmen, which will soon come in for BacT, are going to be pretty much immune to the wimpy archers here from the green player. However, Nikov's going to go forward, and look at this. BacT is leaving just as Nicov is arriving. Nikov's going to get here, and is he going to knock down a palisade and work his way in? Sure. Should be able to do so pretty quickly with the hill advantage. Let's see. Looks like, yeah, it's going to take him about 30 seconds to get through that palisade. BacT's going to work his way over here. Eventually, Castle Age comes in. Crossbowmen coming in as we speak. Villagers are going to come back here and drop a siege workshop. Yes. Okay, so BacT is not going to respond to Nicov here. He's not going to take the bait. This army is not worth BacT's time at the moment. He's going to build a siege workshop and push them away. BacT will go forward, crossbowmen and bodkin arrow on the way. That army is going to be beefy. He's headed straight toward Nikov's ranges where he can cut off reinforcements. On back side of the map, I think it's going to be 1 TC aggression for some time, but I could be wrong. We'll keep an eye on his villager count and TC count as the game continues. Nicov will beat a castle pretty soon. He's doing a pretty good job to fortify his side. BacT would do a pretty good job if he could find a couple of archers from Nicov and dwindle that army. Nikov's hiding in the fog of war right now, running to the very corner of the map, just hiding. Is anyone on stone? Right now, Nicov has 200 stone. BacT is, he's got a few less stone than I might have expected, but I don't think he's on stone. I don't think anybody is on stone here. Yeah, BacT spent a little to the stone on this wall. He spent more on this tower, so he is not on stone. He's not going to be able to build another TC anytime soon. Nicov also is not on stone, but he is going to spend 100 stone and drop a second TC by the looks of it. Is that true? Yes, second TC coming down now for Nicov. So BacT's going to put some pressure on with a mangonel on the front. He is slowly but surely... Well, no, that's going to be a defensive mangonel. BacT's trying to put pressure on with these crossbows, but they're not going to get through the walls of Nicov anytime soon. Nicov, well, you know what? Right as I say that, there's a ton of palisades up here. Nicov certainly is not going to be impenetrable. These palisades can be pushed through pretty quickly by this group of crossbows. BacT has 40. Nicov, though, has 45. So the gate has swung the opposite direction here a little bit. Nicov will drop a TC. He'll drop a university. He'll have a few more units than his opponent. BacT is going to have what? He's going to have a university coming up on the hill. I'm not sure why BacT fell so far behind militarily. BacT is going to be 5 units behind Nicov here as he tries to work his way into Nikov's eco. Nicov will knock down his own house and walk in the back door and be ready to meet BacT's army. Very nice move tactically. If you chase that army around here through that hole, you're going to lose this game. Coming in the front side here is so much smarter. All of these villagers get to live and keep gathering. Nicov has a little bit of a numbers advantage on the map, and it seems like he might have a numbers advantage in this fight. He also has +2/+2, so BacT here is going to have to get out of dodge. Nikov's grabbing thumb ring as we speak. BacT is on the retreat. Militaries have both dwindled pretty intensely. Both players have been cut about in half. Mangonel coming forward, though, for BacT right now, trying to get something done. TC from Nicov here could be discovered by BacT if he was a little bit closer. If BacT was just a little bit closer, he's like one panel away from seeing that TC. There you go. Finds the TC. He's going to find the crossbows. Oh boy, I hope BacT is paying attention here. He's got a chance at a big shot. Nicov with a bunch of splits. BacT does not take a shot anywhere close. He's going to lose his mango for free. Man, oh man, that could have been a real game changer for BacT. Unfortunately, he loses his mangonel there on the front. Can't be looking everywhere all the time. I think he was just trying to roll that mangonel forward to his crossbows to join forces, and unfortunately, it just didn't quite make it. More crossbows from BacT on the top, more mangonels as well. BacT now has the bigger army. Nikov's taken his foot off the gas a little bit to build a second TC. Okay, I hear mangonel in play. I heard a villager die, I think, but right now it is 57 vills for Nicov. It is 47 for BacT. Nicov on 0 stone. He's building a second TC. I don't think he's thinking about a castle anytime soon. BacT is also not taking any stone for the time being. He is eventually going to walk over here and wall himself up, I hope. Nope, he's just going to keep grabbing lumber on that side. I love it. Hey man, if your opponent can't find your opening, then why even bother closing it? Fair enough. Nicov cleans up BacT's crossbows on that side. BacT has double mangonels forward. He's got a pretty good sized army of crossbows that he's going to eventually join up with these mangos. He's going to make a bit of a push. This push has to do something. It has to do something. He's 12 villagers behind. He is on stone, he being BacT now. BacT might be on stone just to be able to build another TC. Yep, TC coming up on top of the hill. Maybe he can block this in with some stone walls as well. BacT is going to be on stone for a long time before he has a castle, but I'm sure he would He'd love to get a few more TCs. He's got to get back into this game somehow, some way. Right now, he's just a little bit behind Nicov. Pretty good rating there. Got the villager disadvantage down to 11. Putting some pressure on the walls of Nicov as we speak. Talking about holes and backdoors too much. Gloken, I'm just trying to keep it fun for you. Nicov is going to build stone walls on his side of the map and be pretty damn safe over here for the time being. He's going to transition most of his wood eco to the back of that area. He walled in about a quarter of the map here for quite some time. Nicov with crossbow still on the front. He's able to continue to build up his army. BacT might have had a moment there to split those two armies in half with this group, but he's decided to push on the weakest part of the walls. Nicov will stonewall in behind that. So unfortunately for BacT, he's going to work his way in here, but Nikov's going to stop him from getting out maybe. Nicov is coming toward the back door. Oh boy, he's coming in the back door, Gloken. And this is going to be really tricky for BacT. He's actually kind of trapped in this little pocket. Nikov's gate here is it's strong enough to hold those mangoes for a few minutes. This is really, really tough for BacT. Nikov's going to knock a few things down and maybe waltz in this side. He might want to try to take this fight with that hill advantage. I'm not sure. Mango advantage, Nicov will have the advantage of surprise. He's going to go after the mangonel, and he'll maybe do a little splash damage to BacT's crossbows as well. Nicov will go 2 for 1, almost 2 for 1 with his mango. 2 for 0, I should say. This mangonel could conceivably take BacT down by itself. But crossbowman coming in the back side. Coming in the back door, says Gloken. Yeah, this is really bad. BacT's army gets trapped here. His offense has totally fizzled out. He's still got a big army somewhere, but it's not here and it's not now. BacT's getting a third TC up. He's still really heavily invested in stone. He's actually putting more vills on stone as we speak. Trying to go forward and keep Nicov busy playing defense, but I think Nicov probably sees the writing on the wall at this point in the game. 24 military for the green player, only 14 for BacT. BacT will have 1 mangonel, maybe coming forward. Nope, that will stay back in defense. Smart from green. I feel like BacT should just have camped that hill from the start, Castle Age, and go mangonels. But the TCs, that early SW didn't pay off. Siege Workshop, kill death is insane. Well, this Siege Workshop was plugging up a hole in defense, if you're talking about BacT Siege Workshop. So, you know, he could have decided to put a university instead, but I think he was thinking about some crossbow aggression early. But yeah, I agree with what all you guys are saying. This game is, Nicov, as of late, is playing a lot of games like this where he's playing it nearly flawlessly from my point of view. Granted, I'm not a great player and I don't know everything about the game, but it's hard to see Nicov making many mistakes. BacT could have done a couple of things differently here, but if you really watch this game closely, you'd probably say he played a really good map, a really good game with a really bad map. Nicov just maybe is just a little bit better than maybe everybody right now in 1v1. I don't know, we'll see. Love to see some Nicov and Viper games now that the Viper's back from China. Castle drop coming on the hill from Nicov. The writing of this game is absolutely on the wall. 30 military units for the green player. 90 vills to 60 vills. He's just absolutely swamping this game out. Once he takes this hill, he'll take down this tower, and this gold is going to be cannon fodder. BacT is very, very heavily on stone still. He's got to have a castle coming up somewhere. Yeah, it's going to be on the other side. He'll block Nicov from coming up this particular hill, but that is really a consolation prize in this game. The best castle is going to be Nikov's castle on this side. He'll be pushing double mangonels under there. He'll build a monastery as well, just for S's and G's, for shits and giggles. Quite a few crossbows here, quite a few mangonels, couple mangonels. Nicov still running around chasing a small army from BacT, putting out the fires as he starts a couple fires of his own. This game is absolutely GG. BacT is going to wait for Imperial for a moment by the looks of it. He may stand a chance of trebbing down this castle, but his castle is really far away. That treb would have to basically roll somewhere over to like here to reach the castle of Nicov on top of this hill. Nikov's roaming forward with more vills. Does he have stone for another castle? Yes, he does. He'll build 2 castles right next to each other, right on top of that hill, really cementing his stranglehold on BacT's main gold here. BacT will get a couple good mangonel shots in there, do a little bit of damage to Nicov. Nicov will have a couple mangoes of his own. BacT needs to do something really impressive here with a castle and a mangonel fight, but he is going to be fighting uphill. It's going to be really, really tricky for BacT to get back in it. Looks like Nicov will get that mangonel. BacT will say, damn, damn, damn. And it looks like he's going to get denied his castle. He's going to eventually lose this hill, especially once this second castle comes up. Very nice game from Nicov in that particular one. I would say that this one is just about over. However, you know, BacT will repel the mangonels for the time being. Maybe he can push these crossbows back. If this mango lives, maybe BacT has just the slightest chance to get back in this game. He's house-walled in the bottom side, but you can see there's just a streak of green coming down the middle here. A streak of green down the middle. Yeah, crossbow's under a little bit of fire. BacT will sneak in a mangonel of his own. Ooh, gets a direct shot on Nicov, but the hill advantage keeps Nikov's mango alive, at least for a moment. Yeah, BacT's gonna, you know, he's gonna fight this off. BacT will fight this off. He's gonna lose some vills. He's gonna try to get his castle down. Those crossbows from Nicov are being microed pretty nicely. Got a lot of villagers there. Did not take any huge mangonel shots. Nicov will start taking BacT's wood on the front here. He will take a direct shot from the mango eventually. But now we're seeing plumes coming out. We're seeing Imperial Age coming from Nicov. Stone mining on the way for the green player. BacT is in a whole heap of trouble. His Treb is out here in no man's land. There's nothing to protect it at all. But he has to try to make some sort of play. He didn't have stone for the TC because he made the tower. BacT first to imp, so at least one thing is going his way. I agree. Hills are just too strong. The kill death says 1,000,004. Yeah, kill death right now is really strongly in Nikov's favor. Nicov had just one great fight where he trapped BacT's army here. BacT was all in aggression with one TC because he didn't have the stone to build another. And that aggression was absolutely crushed here. He had 3 mangonels BacT and maybe 16 or so crossbows, and they all got trapped in there. All 3 of his mangoes went down for 1 mango from Nicov and about 20 crossbows. It was a very profitable fight for Nicov in that case. He had a hill advantage versus them because they were all kind of down here, and it was absolutely the move of the match. Turned this match all the way around. Now BacT is trying to treb down castles, but he's fighting against the hill advantage. Mangonel will come over and put a little bit of heat on his treb for the time being. Nicov, BacT with a great shot. It hits that mangonel with his treb. That is one heck of a lucky shot, I would say, but Nicov on the hill will start engaging in the Treb war. Onager coming for Nicov, Bracer coming for him. BacT's got to have this work out perfectly for him, but I suppose there is a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay, BacT just focusing down that market right now, which is kind of interesting. Nicov rolls in with a whole bunch of elite plumes and crossbows, starts to put some pressure on these trebs on the front, double trebs on the hill for Nicov, 2v2 treb war, but major hill advantage for the green player. He's also got onagers rolling out, which can also put some heat on those trebs. BacT's got a couple castles here. He has cut Nicov off from his reinforcements. It's a little bit of an awkward game now for Nicov. I'm not sure where he's going to send his archers. For now, he's just not building them. Treb's coming forward from BacT. There is a little bit of a ray of hope. Though Nicov is putting a ton of pressure on BacT, he's certainly going to win this Treb war and this castle war eventually. Nicov is in a little bit of hot water on his side. Both of his ranges will go down back there. For now, he's going to be floating a lot of food, but he's going to be under pressure from Trebs. His TC will drop here eventually. He'll walk out and drop a lumber camp for the time being. There's just nothing back here for him to reinforce his side with. Nicov is on stone. He's got a couple of idols here. He's trying to really get hardcore onto stone so he can keep his castle war going. But BacT will roll right into this eco with trebs that are relatively undefended and keep trebbing down TCs. He's actually going to roll right under this TC. BacT's got to be a little more careful than this. Nicov can basically shoot that treb with his TC arrow fire. Okay, TC's under pressure on that side. Green player using the hill advantage does get the castle down. He will get these trebs down here eventually. Takes a while for trebs to hone in on each other and really start hitting each other, but that huge hill advantage is going to be a massive difference. Let's just see how much damage the uphill. It does about 35 damage uphill, and I think it was doing about 65 downhill. Treb v Treb war on that side. Trebs from BacT here are in a good position. They're doing some damage, but there's nothing to protect them. They knocked down Nikov's TCs. Nikov's on 120 vills, but I think he's only got 1 or 2 of his TCs left. Doesn't add up to a hill of beans, though, because the onagers will work their way over. Barring a very lucky treb shot from BacT, it's going to be absolutely GG.